Okay, let's start with today's session. Today's session is about making a PCB layout, printed circuit board layout, using KiCad. Okay, so if you go to your Google Classroom and you look at the first assignment, okay, see there will be something called as a WhatsApp image. Basically, you have to create this circuit. Okay, this is a live model of the circuit. We have it in college somewhere. And this circuit is basically a printed circuit board. Okay, these are all copper tracks. Okay, this is the bottom side, this is the top side, and these are all these components. So we have to build this printed circuit board. Okay, and the process to do it is you have to create first something called as a schematic. Okay, the circuit diagram or the schematic, you have to create it in a software called as KiCad. Okay, so this schematic also I've given in this assignment over here. This is the actual hardware. Okay, and our first target is we have to make this schematic. Okay, now what I want you to do is just sit and watch. Okay, and observe what all I'm doing, listen to all the commands that I'm giving. Okay, and just watch this. I'll give you a recording later on. Okay, and I'll give you a tutorial also later on. There will be one more tutorial over here. Let's check. I must have given. Yeah. If you go to learning resources, here there's a tutorial on KiCad. You can go through it later. So I've already shared with you the learning resources. Also, I will be giving you this recording of today's session on KiCad. Fine. So let's start with our project today. So today we are going to make something called as a stable multivibrator using KiCad. Okay. So on my desktop, first I'll do is I will open the KiCad software. Okay. And I will create a new project. So I'll go to File, New, Project. Okay. And there will be some KiCad folder. Okay. And I've already practiced this stable multivibrator. Okay. So this is my third version that I'm going to make it, and the third version is for you. So I'll make a new folder, okay, and name it Stable Multivibrator version 3.0. Okay, so I'll create a new project and call it Stable Multivibrator version 3.0. And in this folder, I will be uh, storing my file. Okay, I'll call the file name as version 3.0 and I'll put save. Okay, so this is my project. Okay, and the project has two files. One is the schematic file, one is the PCB file. Right now, I will concentrate on the schematic file. So I will double click on the schematic file. Okay, now I've already shared that circuit with you on the Google Classroom. What I will do is I will straight away make it over here. What you do now is just observe what I'm doing and listen to all the commands. I'll give you a recording later. So on the right hand over here, if you look at my mouse pointer, there is a symbol called place symbol. Okay, I'll click on it and then I will click on my schematic. Okay, this is the schematic page. I'll just click on it. It will take some time to load. Okay, and the first thing that I need is I need a connector to which the 9-volt battery will be connected. Okay, so I need a connector over here. Let's see which one we have. Okay, so I need a 1x2 male connector. I will place it over here. Okay, and observe that I am following the grid. Okay, I'm exploiting this grid over here. The next thing what I'll do is I'll connect this terminal 1 to a 9-volt source. Okay, I'll give it a label, or I'll say over here, if you see place power port, I'll click over here. Then I'll click on the schematic. Okay, go to power and select +9. Okay, and I'll give it a label over here. You can call it a label or a power port, anything. Okay. And this label, I'll connect it to this terminal. Okay. Next, what I'll do is, again, I'll go to place power port, click over here. Now I need ground. Okay. So I'll click on ground and I'll connect it over here. Now I'll go over here and place a wire. Click over here. Click over here. Okay. So my first part is over. Okay. Now next what I need is I need 4 resistors. And I will again go to place symbol. Click on the schematic. Okay. Now here I'll just press R. I'll click on R, press OK, and then place it on the schematic. Notice that I'm following the grid. Okay. Now one resistor has come. I want to copy it. Okay. So I'll place my pointer over it and press C on the keyboard. Now I'll press C. This resistor gets copied, and then I'll move it and I'll place it at the other point of the grid. Okay. Again, I'll do the same thing. I'm pressing C on the keyboard. The symbol gets copied and I'll place the third one. Again, I'll press C on the keyboard. Symbol gets copied and then I will use my mouse pointer and place the 4th resistor. Okay. So I've placed my 4 resistors. Now the next thing that I need is I need something called as an LED. So again, I'll go to place symbol and I will place my LED over here. Okay, and I will search for LED. The first one is come. I'll select that. Okay, now see this orientation is horizontal. I want it vertical. So if you want to rotate this symbol, just press R on your keyboard. Okay, so it will rotate. I'm pressing R on my keyboard and it is rotating. I've rotated it and I'm placing it. Okay, so I've placed my LED. Now what I'll do is I will copy this LED. I'll press C. The symbol gets copied and I'll place it on my extreme right. So my LED also is copied. Next, I need 2 capacitors. Okay. So I will go to place symbol again. Click over here. Okay. And I will take a capacitor. I'll call it CP. CP means polarized capacitor. Okay. I'll click on CP, click OK. And I will place this capacitor. I'll press R to rotate. Okay. And I will place this capacitor. Okay, this in a similar way, I need a capacitor on the right. So I'll press C for copy. I'll copy it and place this capacitor on the right. I just need to rotate it. I'll press R, rotate, and I will place this capacitor. So now my capacitors are done. The next thing that I need is I need 2 transistors. Again, I'll go to place symbol. I'll click over here on the schematic. And the transistor that I'm using is BC547. Okay, so I'll take BC547 and I will place it over here. Okay, now this particular orientation, okay, I want to mirror it. So I'll go to right, orientation. I'll say mirror around a vertical axis. Okay, I want this transistor base to be at the left. Now I'll just align it on the grid. I'll press M for move and move the transistor and align it to the grid. Okay. Again, I will go place symbol and I want BC547. So I will place BC547 over here. Okay, so the 2 transistors are added. Now what I'll do is I will connect them with wires. I'll just click on place wire and I'll connect all of these. So let's go. Just so that the circuit looks neat, I'm following the grid that is below. Okay, so it will make it all symmetric. Now, basically what happens is you will want your circuit to be reviewed by your mentor. Okay, so you will want this circuit to be symmetric and it should look neat. If it's not neat, it will be a little difficult to troubleshoot. Okay, so always try to place the components in a grid. Okay, and try to make the circuit as neat as possible. I'll connect the two emitters over here. And I will place ground. Okay, let's move to the second. I've placed ground label over here or port, and also I'll place one 9-volt port over here. Okay, the 9-volt port I'll place over here. So wherever I will give this port or label, it is connected. It means this point and this point is connected, and the ground label means this point and this point is connected. Okay, so we have finished with our first part, that is creating a schematic. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go and save this over here. So we have finished one step. Good. Now we will move to the next step. Okay, in the next step I will go and annotate the schematic. Okay, if you notice over here, okay, these resistors, they do not have any names on it, so I'll go and annotate it at first. Okay, so go over here to tools and say annotate schematic. Okay, and then say annotate. Okay, and now all these components have their corresponding numbers. Okay, so that task is done now. Okay, all these components have their own numbers. That task is done. Now I need to give these components values also. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll place my mouse pointer on this component and press E. Okay, and in value I'll give it its value. Okay, so this is 1 kilo ohm. I'll call it 1K. Okay, again I'll go to this component, press E, and in value I'll give its value as 33K. Again, I will go over here, place the mouse pointer, press E, give the value over here as 33K. Again, I'll go over here, press E, and give the value as 33K. Okay. Capacitors need to be given values. We'll give the capacitor its values. I'll keep the mouse pointer on the capacitor, press Edit E on the keyboard, and in the value I will say 22 microfarad. Again on the capacitor, I'll place my mouse pointer, press E, and in value I'll give it 22 microfarad. And I think it's about done. Okay, so all of this is done. Okay, and what I wanted to do is you should give all the details for this particular schematic. You should give the details for this particular schematic, and I will say I'll give it my name. So I'll say Leslie Fernandez. Wait, I'll try it again. Wait. Okay, and give it my name. This is going wrong. Let's try again. I'll say roll number 00. Wait, again it went wrong. I'll say electrical engineering department. Finolex Academy of Management of Technology. And I'll give it this label over here. So, okay, it will look neat. And I'll give it a title also. I will call it a stable multi-vibrator. Okay, and this I'm on my third revision. I've already done 2 revisions. This is the third revision that I'm doing. I'll place the date over here. So today is 31/12/2021. And okay, there is a place for revision also. You can say 3.0. Okay, for you, you can try 1.0, 2.0, whatever. You can experiment and find out. Okay, so this is how you have to create your schematic. Okay, creating a schematic is simple. I will, for students who have missed, you can go to place symbol, just click here. Okay, and you can select the components that you want. If you want to rotate any component, just keep the mouse pointer on it and say rotate. Okay, you can rotate it. If you want to edit, just press E and you can edit. Okay, and if you want to join wires, you can say place wire and you can connect. Okay, it's just like paint. Okay, this thing is just like paint. However, you have got all these components available. Okay, and here I've used a 1/2 male header. Okay, this is called a 1/2 male header that I've taken it from this place symbol. Okay, so that's all to it. There's nothing much in it. And what I did after that was I said annotate schematic. I said annotate schematic, and all these numbers came R1, R2, R3, R4. Okay, and we had finished up to this. So this is the revision up to now. After annotate schematic, what I want to do is I would like to generate a netlist file. So I'll generate a netlist file, click on generate netlist file, say generate netlist. Okay, and it will be saved in the same folder. Just don't worry, press save. And then later on, what you have to do is you have to assign footprints to all these resistors. So let's do that. Now we will assign footprints to it. I'll say assign footprints. Okay, and it's loading all the footprints that are available. This software will have all the footprints that are available for these components. There are a lot of footprints in this KiCad tool, so it's taking some time to load. KiCad is used to make motherboards also, computer motherboards. It's a free source, open source software, a very powerful tool. Okay, till then, what we'll do is we'll just have a look at the components that we are using. Okay, so if you notice, you have 2 radial capacitors over here, 2 transistor and outline transistors over here, resistors, LED. LED is a 5 mm LED. This is a pin header. Okay, and this is here a resistor only is connected. Basically, the 33K resistor, it can be changed on this particular circuit. You can put different resistors and get different timings. Okay, so this is the circuit that we are going to make. I think it must have loaded till now. Okay, so now let's select a footprint for this 22 microfarad capacitor. Now, I have already measured, okay. So this capacitor, this radial capacitor which I had, the diameter, it was 5 mm. Okay, the diameter was 5 mm and the spacing between the leads was 2.54 mm. Okay, so I will select a package according to something close to it. So I'll click here. Okay, and on the left, I will go to capacitor THT. THT stands for capacitor through hole. Now in THT, here all these capacitors have come. Okay, I'm looking for a radial capacitor. Okay, I'm looking for a radial capacitor with diameter somewhere around 5 mm. Okay, there is a radial capacitor diameter 5 mm. Okay, and pitch. Okay, pitch 2.5 mm. Okay, 2.5 mm, 2.54 mm. Okay, and what you can do is you can view the footprint also. So I'll right click and view the footprint. Okay, so if you want to measure, you can measure the spacing over here. As you can see, it is somewhere around 2.5, the spacing between the lids, and the diameter, it will be 5 mm. So let's check if it is 5 mm. Over here left, there is a ruler, vernier caliper. You can just click and measure it. Okay, so it is somewhere around 5.6 mm, but that is fine. So I need a capacitor of diameter 5 mm and spacing 2.5 mm, pitch 2.5 mm. I've selected that. This also is the same capacitor. I can use the same footprint, 5 mm and 2.5 mm. Okay, I'll double click over here. LED. Now LED, I will come to the left and select the library LED. Let's check. Yeah, LED through hole THT. Okay, through hole components. We are using all through hole components, and these LEDs that I use, they are 5 mm LEDs. Okay, so you can go over here and select LED 5 mm. Okay, diameter 5 mm. Similarly, this D2 LED also is a 5 mm LED. Okay, LEDs are done. Now I need a connector. Okay, what I will be doing is I'll be using something called as a pin header. Okay, so I'll go to connector and okay, let's check. Yeah, here it is. Connector pin header 2.54 mm. Okay, connector pin header 2.54 mm. And it's I need a 1 by 2, 2.54 mm vertical. Okay, we'll view the footprint. It will look something like this. So I will be selecting this for the connector. BC547, it's a TO92 inline package. So it's already there. Okay. And resistor, okay, resistor, I'm looking for something having 10 mm spacing. Okay, so let's check resistor THT. Okay, over here I'll check resistor THT. And I'm looking for something with a pitch of 10 mm. Okay. Okay, fine. See. So this has a 10.16 mm pitch horizontal. Okay, we'll view the footprint. It will look something like this. The distance between these 2 points, if you use this vernier calipers over here, the distance will be 10 mm. So I will use these resistors with the 10 mm spacing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all these footprints are now assigned to the components. Okay, and I will click on OK and save it. Okay, now how do I know which footprint to take? I have already seen what the pitch is. I've actually seen my capacitor. I've seen what the pitch is, what the diameter is, and I have selected that. If you do not know the footprint that you want to select, you can actually take the component, measure it, and then select it. Okay, so that's the way of selecting a footprint. Anyway, I will show it to you whenever you'll come to college. I'll show it to you how to do it. Now I'll apply save schematic and continue and say OK. Okay, so we are finished with this part. Major part is done. Now we'll go for the next part. The next part is making the PCB layout. Okay, so what I will do is I will go to tools and I will say update PCB from schematic. Okay, the shortcut key is F8. So I'll click on update PCB from schematic. Okay, I'll say update PCB. Okay, and I can see all my components have come over here in the PCB layout, and I'll say update PCB. Okay, so it's done, and I'll click on OK. Now what I'll do is I'll just select all these components and I will press M and just move it over here. And now I will place each component step by step. Now to how to do it, okay, you have to see the circuit as well as the PCB layout together. Okay. Now what I'm doing on my keyboard is I'm pressing Windows and right arrow and taking this window to the right. Okay. And this window, I want it on the left. Okay. I want to see both these circuits together. I want to see my schematic as well as my PCB layout together. And I will place my components one by one. Okay. Now, when placing these components, what you can do is this grid. Okay, you can use a very coarse grid. Coarse grid means big grid of about 100 mils. Okay, I will set this grid to 100 mils. Okay, and I'll place each component one by one. The first component that I want to place is my male header. Okay, and this male header, the first terminal is connected to 9 volts, second terminal is connected to ground. Okay, I'll just click on it. Wait, is it okay? So if you click over here, this thing will get highlighted over here. Okay, so now I'll click here. I understood which component it is. I will press move. Okay, and I'll bring it into position. I will say R and bring it into position. I'll do it in such a way that I want the second terminal to the left. Okay, let's place it over here. I've placed it. All right. Now, from my 9 volt, these 4 resistors are connected. Okay, from my 9 volt, these 4 resistors are connected. What I will do is I will connect this R1 and this diode first. Okay, so I will go to R1. I'll search for R1. I will press M and move it. Okay, and these faint lines that you can see, it's called as rat's nest. It is giving us a guide on how these wires are connected, how the tracks are connected. So I will place this resistor first. Okay, and I'll place it according to this grid. Okay, always use a coarse grid while connecting these components. Then what I'll do is I will connect R2. Okay, let's search for R2. I'll click on R2. I'll press M to move it. Okay, I'll press R to rotate it. And I'll place R2 over here. Fine. So second component is done. Now I'll search for R4. I want to place R4. I will go over here, search for R4. Okay. There's no specific way in how you have to do it. I've done it already 2-3 times, and whatever is easy for me, I'm doing that. Okay. So I'm pressing now R4. Now I'll search for R3 and place R3. Let's search for R3. I'll press M. Wait. Let's click on R3, press M to move and move it. Now I'll rotate it, press R and rotate it. Very simple. So all these 4 resistors now are connected. Now what I'll do is I'll go for these 2 diodes, D1 and D2. Let's hunt where D1 is. See, D1 is over here. I'll press M. And I will place D1 over here. Then I will search for D2. Okay, so D2 is over here. I'll press M. And I will place it over here. If you're wondering how I'm zooming in and zooming out, I'm just scrolling on the mouse. Okay, I'm just scrolling on the mouse. Now the next 2 components that I want to place is this C1 and C2. So let's check out where it is. Let's check out C1. I'll click on C1, press M. Okay, and I will place it. Okay, so this is quite easy for me. And notice how I'm placing it. Okay, see, all of this is in a straight line. I'm fixing it in a grid. Okay, it becomes simple. Life becomes easy. If your placement is good, if the placement of the components is good, then your work, okay, routing work becomes simple. Okay, so try to, as much as possible, try to place things in a grid. Try some combination. Some people will have an artistic hand. So you'll be able to do it better than me also. Okay, if you're wondering what's the use of doing learning PCB design, PCB design gets paid really well. Okay, there are people who earn up to 20 lakhs per annum, and they design PCBs every day. Okay, on a day-to-day basis, they design PCBs like motherboards and electronic stuff. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just shifting this. Okay, I'm just selecting and shifting it with move. Press M and move it so that I'm making place for these transistors. I'll move these transistors into place. I'll press M and move. The commands are the same, all right, for both. Now I'll bring Q1. I'll say move. I'll bring it into position. Okay. Okay. So my most of my routing work is done. Okay. So notice that how I've placed it. I've tried to make it as symmetric as possible so that routing becomes simple. You can see all these straight lines. Routing is very simple over here. Now, this part is done. The next part is how to create these tracks. Okay. Now, if you go over here, tracks, click here, click on edit predefined sizes. Okay. And in width, you can give widths from 50 mils. Okay. 50 mils, say 30 mils, 25 mils, 20 mils, 10 mils. Okay, so all these track sizes I've given. All right. And you can select any track size you want. Okay. Mostly what I will be doing is I'll be using only two track sizes. I'll be using 50 mils and 25 mils. Okay. You can use the other track sizes also. You can go up to 10 mils. Okay. Up to 10 mils you can use easily. Okay. 8 mils also is possible. Okay. So up to 10 mils, 8 mils you can use easily. So now I will select a track size of 20 mils. Okay. And I'll make all the dominant tracks. Okay. 20 mils is used for power tracks. Okay. And using thicker tracks is very good. Okay. It's very easy to etch the PCB. Now I will change the layer. Okay. Here it's on front copper layer or top copper layer. I want to go to the bottom copper layer. Okay. And I want to place all the tracks in the bottom copper layer. So first I'll select my bottom copper layer. I'll go here and say route tracks. Okay. And I'll make all the easy tracks first. So see, this one is easy. Okay. This one is easy. I'll make whatever tracks are easy. I'll first do that. I'll do all the easy stuff first. See here, over here. Easy stuff. Wait, what happened? Let's check. Okay, that one we'll have to use a thinner one, thinner wire. We'll go to that later. I'll do all the easy stuff first. See, this is the easy stuff. Okay. So this is all the easy work that I've done. Now, this transistor, if you notice the spacing, it's quite cramped up. Okay, it's quite so compact. And basically, what is done is for signal tracks. Okay, for signal tracks, 25 mils is used. So now I'll do this using the 25 mils. So see, it becomes easy. Again, I'm targeting all the easy stuff first. Target all the easy stuff and finish the easy stuff first. Okay, here I'll have to change the grid. Wait, try 50 mils. Yeah, 50 mils was fine. You have to experiment with the grid while routing. So routing becomes easy. Okay. And let's see this one. Okay. Now if you notice only one rat's nest is pending. one rat's nest it is pending, and it's a little tricky. Okay, I'll have to move about. Okay, and only one wire is pending. Let's check this in 3D view. Let's check how it looks. Okay, so this is a 3D view of the circuit that we have developed. Okay, and one wire is pending. Okay, what I'll be doing is I'll be using the top copper layer. We won't have a top copper layer, but I'll be using a jumper. Okay, so let's see how it is done. What I'll do now is I'll go up to here. Okay, the red wire means it's on the bottom copper layer. Okay, and here I will switch. I will want to place a via, place through via. Okay, it didn't go well. I'll delete it. I'll try to redo it again. Okay, the shortcut key for it is V. Okay, for the shortcut key for a via is V. Let's try it again. Okay, and I'll press V on the keyboard. No, it's not done still. Wait, let's try again. I'll press V now. Yeah, now it done. Okay, notice the color now of the wire has changed. It has become brown. Okay, and if you notice this layer over here, it's the layer has changed to top copper layer or front copper layer on the top. I can't move the mouse now. So I'm in the top copper layer. Here, basically, I'll be placing a jumper, okay, above this track. And here again, I'll press V, okay, and I'll go to the bottom copper layer. And I'll move forward. Wait, something went wrong. Wait, I'll press V again. Okay, I'm not sure in which copper layer it is. Okay, it's still in the top copper layer. It's not done properly. Anyway, we'll give it a try again. So I'll go to track. Okay, you see right now it has come in the front copper layer. I'll go to the bottom copper layer. Okay, see it's red in color. Okay, and I will click here, press V. Oh no, it's not working. Wait. I'll press V now, and again I'll press V and then click. Yeah, this worked. Okay. So notice now this is on the top copper layer, and the red one is in the bottom copper layer. Let's see how it looks in the 3D view. Okay, you can notice here there is an track over here. Okay, if you notice this, there's a track over here. So here you're supposed to connect a wire from the top. You're supposed to connect a wire from the top, and your circuit will get completed. Okay. Now again, what I'll do is I will redo all of this again so that you'll get a clear idea of what we did. Okay, what I did was first time on the bottom copper layer, I took this track. Okay, and when I reached this particular point over here, I pressed V on the keyboard for V for VIA. I clicked over here, then I went ahead. Again, I pressed V on the keyboard. Okay, and I clicked over here. Then it went in the bottom copper layer. Okay, now it's in the bottom copper layer, and I clicked here. Okay, so now the brown is the top copper layer, red is the bottom copper layer. Okay, and this is how the circuit gets completed. Okay, again over here, you should give it a title. Okay, I will say, wait, I don't want it in the, okay, I'll put it in the drawings user label. I'll give it my name, Leslie Fernandez. I'll say roll number 00, uh, electrical engineering departments. second year. Okay, and give it the name of your college, Finolex Academy of Management and Technology. Okay. Then I'll give it a title. I will say a stable multivibrator. You can go to revision and give it the revision that you're working on. This is my third revision. So I'm giving it this. Okay, and give it your date today. I've done it on the 31st, 12, 2021. So all the details will be on this. It will look professional. And okay, the last part that we are supposed to do is we are supposed to give it an edge cut. Okay, so go to edge cut means you have to give it borders for the board. Okay, so go to this layer over here called edge cuts and then select this polygon. Okay, you can keep the grid at 100 mils. 100 mils is coarse and just make a polygon around it. Okay, so I'll click here, 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 and here I was supposed to double click. Okay, so my board is ready. My board is ready, and you can give your name also over here somewhere. Let's try. Okay. Say on the bottom copper layer, I would like my name. Okay. Or else the name of the circuit. A stable multi vibrator. And you can say this is version 3.0. Okay, so this you'll be viewing it from the top. This is the top view. From the bottom, you'll be able to read it properly. Okay, so that's why there's a mirror image. I'll place it. Okay, so from the bottom, you'll be able to read it properly. Let's see how it looks in 3D view. Okay, go to 3D viewer. This is the top layer. Okay, now I'll try to rotate this. Let's see it from the bottom. Okay, and okay, yeah, see here. A stable multi-vibrator version 3.0. These are all the tracks. All right, jumper is over here. Again, we'll just see where a jumper is. Okay, so over here you'll have to just connect one small piece of wire as a jumper. Okay, notice how I've tried to make it this circuit as symmetrical as possible. When you try to follow some symmetry, okay, it becomes easier to work with. Let's see. Okay, so this is the final circuit. And in the end, don't forget to save. Okay, don't worry about the video. Okay, as soon as the video comes on my Google Drive, okay, I will be sharing it with you. Okay, and how did I learn all of this? The I learned all of this from the learning resources over here. Okay, if you go to your Google Classroom in the learning resources, uh, there will be something called as learn KiCad very easily. So if you want to start today, you can go through this video, a 27-minute video, and try to build the circuit that he is showing. Okay, and how do I know 2.54 mm and all that? This is a PCB design tutorial. Okay, and this person, he explains how to make practical PCBs. Okay, you can read this. It's a very good tool. You can read it after learning how to design PCBs. Then you'll get why I have selected 100 mils, 25 mils, 50 mils. Why I have selected, you'll understand. and you will understand all the conversion ratios and all. It is given over here. There is a video on how to make PCB. This you later, how to make a PCB and how to solder it. You can view later. And there is this the syllabus, okay, this is the syllabus for PCB lab that's there in your next semester. So in learning resources you will find everything, okay. And what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to make your own version, okay, of this astable multivibrator. Okay, I've given you an assignment and you have to make your own version of this astable multivibrator. I have given you I've given you a sample copy, okay, and you should give all these details, second year and all that. Now, so this is a sample schematic, okay. I've given you this PCB layout, okay. I have given you a 3D view also, okay. I've given you a 3D view and footprints which I've selected, that also I've given over here, okay. You can try these footprints. And this is the actual PCB that it looks like. You can try making it also, but for now your first target is making this schematic and making this PCB layout, okay. So by Monday, okay, by Monday, okay, today is the, yeah, on Monday, yeah, January 3, okay, January 3, 12 p.m. Okay, try making this circuit on KiCad. Okay, if many of you are successful in making this circuit on KiCad, I will teach you another way, another circuit also. I'll teach you how to make a rectifier also in KiCad. Okay, so that will be the next one. So depending on your Monday's results, if all of you or many of you are able to develop this circuit on KiCad at home, I will teach you in the next. I'll take one more session in which I'll show you how to make a rectifier. We'll learn how to make a rectifier and how to make the actual circuit also. We'll take a session on that. Okay. So we will stop here for now because it's time for our next lecture. We have 3 minutes. And do you have any questions? Questions, if any?
So we have to take all the same values as you given in this PCB design, or we should draw our own.
Values for the components, you can use the ones that I've given, but if you, what you can do is I would encourage all of you to buy those components, okay. Those components will cost you around 100 rupees or something, 100, not more than 100. You will need a 9-volt battery and sort of some stuff, and you can do it with the aim of making this circuit, okay. It will cost you 100 or 200 rupees, at least for now, beginner level. Just try to make the PCB layout schematic with the values that I've given. Later on, if anyone wants to pursue, you can try making the circuit at home. So it will be a very good starting example. Use the values that I have given. If you have bought the components and you can actually measure what the distances are, pitch are, you can use those values of whatever components you have. The values that I have taken is the components that I was using. Okay, so whatever components I was using had a pitch of 2.54 mm. It had a diameter of 5 mm and all. So those are the values that I took. If you are using high voltage resistors, you can use other values also. Okay, depending on whatever is available with you. Any other question?
So not about this, but about mini project. Can I ask that question?
Yeah, tell me now.
Sir, that groups that you will give that groups names means how many students, which students will be there in group.
Which students in group, we have not decided as of now yet. I think Vaibhav sir and me, we will plan it together. I will let you all know soon. Mostly, I am thinking of giving you some simple circuits, simple circuits of tools that you can develop for yourself. But I will discuss with Vaibhav sir and I will let you all know. Okay, if you have students, you can also try making this. I'm giving very small circuits. If you're interested in learning PCB design, I would suggest everyone does a very small mini project solo. That also would be very good. But we will communicate with sir and Chawda sir, and I will let you all know what to do.
Yes, Leslie sir, sorry for interruption. Actually,
No.
if students, you are interested to create group by your own, then you can create that group by your own and send that particular names to me till today evening. So by your choice also, we can create group. Otherwise, if you have not received any input from your side, we will allot groups for you also. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you are interested to create groups by your own, you can form your group of maximum 4 students in each group. Okay. So minimum 1, maximum 4. And send me that particular group information on my WhatsApp group, WhatsApp number. So we will finalize that. Otherwise, we will assign group to you as per our choice, and accordingly we will circulate that things on tomorrow or maybe on Monday. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Leslie sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, sir. Thank you. So yeah, so you have to give your groups by today evening, so you can look into it, and that's sorted. Anything else? Any other question? Okay, then I will wrap it up, and I will give you a radio recording later on. We will stop here for now, and we'll continue in the next session. Okay. Take care for now. Bye.